Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your October 2024 reading. My name is Nigel, and you have found Alchemy. Let's get started right away. You have pulled the Antimony card. You know, this is number 27 in this Alchemy deck. This is known as the Gray Wolf of Alchemy. Sorry about that. So there's a lot here. It's wilderness, it's fierceness, it's hunger. This also could be a card of something wearing away slowly. This could be your patience slowly wearing away. On the one hand, this card represents a wild, free spirit, right? That longs to express itself fully. On the other hand, there's a fierceness attached to this. It can be destructive or corrosive. So you may this may be challenging you to be less oppressed. You may feel oppressed in some way. You may want to balance that, because if you're feeling oppressed, or if you're repressing feelings and you're pushing it down and you're not talking about how you feel and you're pushing it down, at some point it's going to turn into a fierceness. At some point it's going to turn into anger, and it's going to explode outwardly in a way that you don't intend, or that someone else may not like. There's a lack of freedom of expression here. There may be someone in your life who censors you, and they may censor you here, Scorpio, in a way that you're not aware. It's not like this is going to be different for all of you, but in some cases, it's not like the person's turning around and saying, you're not allowed to say this, this, and this. It's just that, if you do say it, it's going to explode into an argument that you don't want, so you don't say it. And then you don't say more, and then you don't say something else. And then after a while, everything you're really feeling is repressed. And you're like a spring that's pushed. And then when it finally releases, you have the capability of becoming this angry gray wolf. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. As your first card, that was a pretty heavy card. You do have the, in this deck, you do have the gold mask. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, you can on the screen. It's a beautiful card. It is associated with the sun god Ra, and it's divinely masculine card. This, I would say, is divinely masculine as well. So we're starting to see a story take shape of you possibly being more assertive this month. You have assertiveness underneath something else being repressed. You're repressing something here. You also have the glamour card, and the glamour card is number 15 in this deck. It says, into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. The glamour card. You may be looking to seek out possibility. This card could also represent someone trying to glamour you, someone trying to pull a sleight of hand with you, someone presenting something in a way that looks one way but is actually something else. We'll keep that under our hats as we put this puzzle together. That is a possibility. This is something that is right side up, so it is something that you're really going to have to look into. It is not something that's going to be apparent to you on the surface. It's something you're going to have to put work into finding out. You have Mary Magdalene here. Interesting. Very interesting archetype. There's a lot we could say. Her story has been kept out of history books. Let's put it that way. And there's different versions of it. But this card is a promise that her story will be told. Perhaps your side of the story isn't being told here, Scorpio. It's possible. I'm trying to fit one thing in with all the other puzzle pieces here. You may be involved. That is also a card of karmic relationships. You may be involved in a karmic tie, a karmic relationship that's affecting you this month. Also, she is a symbol of transformation, as well as a self-proclaimed sinner who went from weeping to joy. That's the short story. I don't want to spend too much time on her. She is fascinating. You should look her up. But, there could be... I'm going to wait and see what I think after we do the rest of your oracle cards. But there's a few different possibilities here. Definitely you do have transformation on the table more than once. It says transformation is beautiful. The butterfly spirit, number 11. Transformation, total change, rebirth. With that glamour card, it could mean a leveling up with your appearance, for sure. So this is a leveling up in some way. You may be more attractive to people this month, and it may be because you're actually trying, you're actually putting forth effort to go to the gym, to do a new skincare routine, something where you're implementing something to look better. Then again, you may be doing so much work on the inside here, Scorpio, that it's radiating outside, and you just appear more attractive because of that. There is a transformation of some kind going on here, and that glamour card could mean so many different things. But as we move along, with these three cards, though, let me see. So you have these three cards in reverse. And normally people do not choose or do not have three of these cards. You have Black Cat, Follow Me Boy Girl, and Happiness in reverse. Someone may be seeking to control you here. I mean, I'm so sorry about clearing my throat. There was something up with my throat today. See that? There is somebody trying to douse your communicative skills. There is someone trying to keep you quiet. There is someone that is trying to quell you, trying to silence you, trying to repress something, perhaps. You have Black Cat in reverse. It says you may be going through a period of misfortune, but remember, it won't always be this way. This too shall pass. In reverse. Follow Me Boy. There's someone in your life that has a strong desire to get your attention. In reverse. Happiness. Someone may enter your life that will bring you much happiness. In reverse. With these three cards in reverse and all these other cards put together, for at least a few of you, there is someone, it is spell work, all right? When I say that, it could be actual literal spell work, or it could just be manipulative energy. Someone manipulating the energy to quiet you, someone manipulating the energy to make you feel less than, someone manipulating the energy here to cause you unhappiness, someone manipulating the energy to make you feel not as attractive as you are. Like your luck is different. Your energy is different this month, just from the other months I've read for you even. You're going to be gaining some wisdom, though. You have the wisdom card here, and you're going to be gaining some wisdom, regardless of how you feel in certain ways this month, especially at the beginning of the month. I do think that you're going to come out of this month wiser. Now, you have here receipts. And you also have here selling. So let's look at this. It looks like somebody might be trying to sell you a bill of goods. Somebody might be trying to lie to you here, Scorpio. Somebody might be trying to sell you on their version of what is real. And you're saying, maybe you're asking someone to change. Maybe you're asking someone for certain things in a relationship, and you now want proof. You want to be shown. They're trying to sell you on something. They're trying to sell you on something. I do believe you have a manipulative person around you. There is someone manipulative here. You have planner, and I like the planner card. I mean, this is a totally separate thing where you are trying to plan for your future. You do want something more than whatever it is you have now. You're trying to plan for bigger, better gains, more pay, an elevated status at work, something. So you're carefully trying to plan your life, but it looks like there is someone else here in your life, and it does look love related, that is fairly manipulative and is trying to manipulate you and trying to sell you a certain version of reality that isn't accurate. Does that make sense to you? You have Moonlight here, and this is number and once again, my voice, I just don't know. This is number 51 in this deck, and basically this is coming in reverse. It's telling us not to overanalyze something. Or is someone playing with you? The moonlight is very foggy. It's very Neptunian. It's very confusing, especially when it's in reverse like that. I'm wondering if someone is trying to play sleight of hand with you here. Definitely. This is like a foggy haze. Maybe you are trying to overanalyze things because you're feeling confused about their intentions. You want proof. You're tired of words. You want proof from this person. Now, once we go into your astrology, it becomes pretty interesting. You have Neptune, right? And I said that was fairly Neptunian. This is number 21 in the deck. And what's fascinating is you also chose Neptune here. This is a big energy for you. It says mysticism, spirituality, and escapism. Now, being that Neptune is so important in this reading, let's look at Neptune in general. Neptune went into retrograde in July, and it's going to be retrograding until December. It forces us to see the truth instead of what we've been deluding ourselves with, right? It's retro in your 5th house of romance, self-expression. Remember? Self-expression. Somebody's not allowing you to express yourself. How are you not expressing yourself? How are you being held back in expressing yourself? What were you intentionally not seeing? Because that's another aspect of Neptune. The negative traits are deception and confusion. The positive traits is like childlike sort of faith. You may be having or you may have had childlike faith in someone. They might be on the deceptive side. I'm not saying that this person is a terrible human being yet. We haven't seen the tarot yet, so I don't know who they are. All I'm saying is that we all have positives and negatives, and that could be their negatives. Definitely for Neptune to come up twice. And you also have the moon again. It says emotions, instincts, and the subconscious. But we have the hunter's moon on October 17th. Some people call it the blood moon. Some people do call it the harvest moon. For me, the harvest moon is in September. But some people actually, and you can look this up, they call this the waking moon. The waking moon. What are you waking up from? You're waking up from something here, Scorpio. And you may not feel it right now as you watch this reading, but by the end of the month, it looks like you're going to be waking up from some sort of fog. Now, let's look at your... hold on one second. So let's look at your tarot. Interestingly enough, this is the beginning of your month. We just talked about the harvest moon, right? Harvest. Autumn. Beginning of the month. And we also talked about childlike faith, right? We talked about childlike wonder, and it doesn't get any more childlike than this. It is the Fool. Aquarius energy. It is Neptunian, for sure. Very Neptunian. It is a Uranus-based card, but I'm telling you, it is very Neptunian in nature, right? That childlike faith that we were discussing. The Fool. What's fascinating about this particular card on this particular side is the Fool is described in this tarot deck on this side as being blind. Now, I'm not seeing it on the card really, but it is described that way in this deck, that on this side the Fool is blind. He's facing a sunset, which is the end of something, the end of a day. He moves forward using his intuition alone without the element of water. And how do I know this? Because we look at his sack, and in his sack we know that the sack usually contains all the suits, right? Pentacles, wands, swords, cups. On this side, in this deck, what do we see on the floor there? Let me see if that'll focus, right? We see a cup, right? Hopefully you see the cup. So he's moving forward here, sort of blindly, after the ending of something. He's trying to move on without emotion. He's trying to keep his emotions out of this. I'm not really sure why yet. Maybe your emotions have been a stumbling block for you, or maybe you're making a choice to put it aside for now. It very well could be. Now, this leads into Temperance. Now, this would be Temperance in its classic sense, but on this side it's fascinating. I mean, it really is, because this is Neptunian as well, right? You see the Hanged Man there. That's Piscean energy, and Pisces, the Hanged Man card is Neptune. So Neptune is a big deal for you this month. It really is. So you have here Temperance. This is the angel of Temperance facing the Hanged Man's gallows, facing Neptune energy. We have water on fire here. Could that be you? Are you on fire? We have the red lion, the white eagle here, and that is water, and the red lion is fire. And believe it or not, the white eagle is representative of water. So yeah, water on fire. Two major arcana. Neptunian energy. Now this leads into this Four of Cups energy. Moon in Cancer energy, more moon energy. The energy on this side is sort of oppressive. I mean, it can be oppressive. It can be kind of stagnant. It can be sort of, if we look at the crab, right? The crab is sort of living inside or coming out of an empty cup. Another empty cup. That other cup was on its side too, right? There's something emotional going on here. It could be, I'm telling you, we saw it. We saw it with you going through something with another person. This person may feel deflated, disillusioned. Like the crab, though, the scorpions possess an exoskeleton that keeps the hard stuff on the outside to make safe the soft stuff on the inside. Very similar energy. So there is something here that is disappointing. I mean, at the very least, this person looks disappointed. They look like they don't know what to do. They look very disillusioned, disappointed. There is something about a harvest, maybe a harvest that didn't come to pass. This whole column here, when we add up the numbers and then break them down, is Mars energy. It is once again, assertive masculine energy. This could be apathy. This could be anger quelling up from under that apathy. We talked about that here. There could be something bubbling to the surface. There could be something that it's causing you to move forward here, away from something to start something new. Now, as we move ahead, when we look at mid-month, you have your self-worth on the table. Right? Something may happen to make you question your self-worth, or something may happen to make you solidify it, to understand what you're worth. Let's see. Let's look at your tarot. You have the Two of Pentacles. This is Saturn in Capricorn. As far as your career, and we talked about it over here, the people above you may not be aware of your abilities here, Scorpio. This is an auspicious time here mid-month to seek validation via a raise, a promotion, or even just praise. Demonstrate your talent to them. Make it very clear what it is you offer, what it is you do. They may not be aware of it, okay? It's very positive energy, to be honest with you, but it is a sort of push for you to do that. There are people that are unaware of what you do. There are people that are unaware of what you offer. Maybe they take you for granted. Maybe you're invisible. Maybe you do things and you don't expect praise. There's a million ways this can play out, but mid-month you should be sort of showing off a little bit, showing people what you do, showing people what it is you accomplish in the workplace, for sure. Now, in the middle of your whole reading, and this is the center, you have the Two of Cups. We talked about another person being in this reading. Now, this is Venus in Cancer, a love situation, obviously. The puzzle pieces that are in this picture, the male and the female, it doesn't have to be male-female, right? But the puzzle pieces that are fitting together as a couple in this picture, it does not mean it's problem-free perfection. This is deep. It's abiding, but it's difficult. They mirror each other. They are not the same. They're different, very different, and they're coming together. And this is the center of the reading. You may be having problems with your loved one. This person sounds like they may be trying to get you to see their version of reality when it's very, very different from yours. You may feel very silenced in this relationship. You may feel like you're not allowed to say certain things that you need to say. But all this energy in mid-month does give birth to the Empress. And the Empress here, as we see, like right on her chest, you may not be able to see it. She's wearing a necklace, and it is the symbol of Venus. She could be either a Libra or a Taurus, depending on which book you read, you know. She always brings abundance. This is a sign that your money or your wealth or the recognition we discussed will increase. This is fertility. Yeah. Now, you have two things going on here, right? You have something, it seems as though you might be having a problem in the way of a relationship where you feel like you cannot be vocal, and you have a work situation where you're at least mid-month, your self-worth here is on the table. I do think you're going to prove to someone here in the workplace that you are worth every bit of money you earn and then some. And it's very possible you could get a raise this month if you play your cards right and show people what it is you're doing. Don't hold back. Now at the end of the month here, oh wait, before we do that, mid-month, this broke, you're not going to believe this. Remember when I told you I always break down the numbers? I add them up, then I break them down to a single digit. This broke down to a number 7. Guess what planet rules number 7? Neptune. Telling you, what aren't you seeing? What's confusing? What sort of, Neptune is in retrograde. What are you starting to slowly see? Is your vision slowly focusing on the relationship and it's just not what you thought it was? Is that, even this 2 of Cups is dark. It's in the dark, right? It's a little different. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not a bad card. Both sides are good. It's just different. It doesn't look easy. That's all. Okay? It just doesn't look easy. Now here at the end of the month, you have the release card, right? It's release, surrender, purge. So let's see. Let's look. Let me move these cards over a little bit. So we have the Page of Pentacles. This is Venus and Taurus energy. Childlike thoughts. Promises. He is immature and young, and he could be a she. Now, this person is immature and young either in years, or perhaps they're just immature in general. It doesn't matter how old they are. I know 50-year-olds that can be very immature, right? Irresponsible, immature. Somebody here is immature. I don't think this is you, Scorpio, because of all the cards I just read about you as far as your work, right? You seem pretty responsible to me, but it looks like you may be dealing with someone who might be different from you in that way, who might not be quite as mature, as responsible, as much of a planner, as much of a foundation maker, right? It does give birth to this energy with the Queen of Cups, and in my opinion, this is you. And a queen and a page, very difficult to be in a relationship with a page if you're a queen or a king. Very difficult. It means people make it work. Maybe over time somebody can change and get more mature. I'm not saying this is doomed. I'm just saying it's hard. And I've said that more than once. So you do have here the Queen of Cups, right? And the Queen of Cups is Sun in Cancer. Could be any water sign like Scorpio. And interesting, like rather than drinking or offering her cup, this vessel is used for scrying, at least in this deck. Her psychic ability is just off the charts. Your intuition is going to be at its peak at the end of the month here. You're going to get messages, hints. The universe is going to send you clues that you really need to pay attention to. Now, the last card here is Moon and Taurus, 6 of Pentacles. Someone in power may be ready to reward you. And we talked about that because I did tell you there were 2 different things going on here, right? Somebody may be in a position to reward you with a raise or recognition of some kind. Your recognition. This also could mean, Scorpio, that you are the benefactor in a relationship with this page. That you are the one giving in this situation. It's not wrong. It's not right. It just kind of is. But you are being asked to purge something here. I do think you are being recognized. You go from the harvest to thinking about your self-worth and what you're bringing to the table and releasing something. You do want to release something. Even when we look at this, we see this new energy, the end of something. I mean, this could go both ways. It could go both ways. This could bleed into the relationship or it can bleed into your job. Either way, there is a partnership on the table. There just is. Okay, now, we know that this breaks down here to a number 6. Number 6 is ruled by Venus. So, you know, Venus obviously rules love, and it also rules our money. Once again, very ambiguous, right? It could go either way. I think from most of you, there are two things here on the table. There are two subject matters here. Your work and your abundance that way, and your show me. You're asking someone to show that you're asking someone to change. You're asking someone to be more mature. You're asking someone to make certain changes. They are saying, yes, of course, I'm going to make these changes, or yes. And you're saying, okay, enough of the words. I want proof. Show me. It's time to show me. Now, when we look at the warnings, I mean, interesting, right? Deception. You know, it's fascinating. I didn't get bad cards for this person. So it's not that this person is an awful person, because if it was, I would have seen it. But they can be deceptive. They can be. I mean, it's over and over again. They can be deceptive. You have here the Three of Cups. This could be being tempted outside of the relationship, right? But it also could be someone presenting you, because this is your warnings, with a false sense of gratitude. They may say, yes, that they're very grateful. They're very grateful, but this is falling under deceptive energy. This is not real. And you have Justice to drive this point home. You have Sun and Libra here, Justice. Someone may be sneaking around you, Scorpio. Between this card on this side and the actual deception card, it seems like someone is being less than honest. Now, do I think they're the most awful person in the world? No. And I'm not afraid to say that. I've said that to people during readings. The Devil didn't come out. The Seven of Swords didn't come out. It's damn close, though. Someone is being deceptive. Someone is trying to hang on to this relationship and by using deceptive means. Someone may be trying to keep you in an unhappy state to hang on to you. Someone may be trying to silence your voice. Someone may be doing that. You do have the Four of Wands here, and on this side of the Four of Wands, see, this would be typical, but look on this side. Now look at the Sun on that side. Now look at the Sun on this side. The Sun on this side almost looks fake. It looks cartoonish. Something is not as it seems. The Sun offers us clarity. There is no clarity here. So you're asking someone for clarity, and they're not giving you real clarity. They're not giving you their real feelings. They're being deceptive. Now this column breaks down to a number 9. Mars energy. That goes with this energy. Mars is, Mars is sort of, it could be anger, it could be deceptive energy, but it's that assertive anger that's under it. We talked about that here, that under that, this person anger may start bubbling up, right? We talked about that over here too. This could be you. You could be held down and there's anger underneath that. There's something underneath it. There's some deception going on here. I think you know. And I think that's why you're asking for proof. You're like, enough words. I want to see something now. Now, when we look here at the blessings, I really like this. This is freedom. Opportunities. This freedom and opportunity may be a work-related thing. It may be how you're closing out the month. But I really like these cards and what they stand for. You have, hold on one second. You have the World. And we've all seen the World, right? I mean, it's Jupiter energy. It's beautiful. It's fixed energy like you, right? Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. It is the end of a cycle. Your soul is renewed. You're moving on to something better. Now, this could very well be something at work, because I do think you're being recognized this month. I do think that there's something positive going on for you in that sector. You're either getting a job, or you're being recognized at your job, or you're getting a pay raise. There's something positive like that going on for you this month. But you also have this Nine of Swords in your blessings, Mercury and Gemini. As a blessing, this card tells us that this negative sort of energy that we've talked about throughout this reading underneath everything is a blessing. It's a springboard, right? You're using it as a springboard to do something else, because look where it leads right into. It leads, I mean, these are two major arcana. They're two great major arcana, by the way. The shooting star on this side, the shooting stars indicate a brand new life cycle. A brand new life cycle, especially with this world card. Because look, you have the last card of the major arcana. You have 0, and then you have 1. I mean, this is going to be a big month for you, Scorpio. It doesn't look easy. It looks like you're going through it with somebody, a person in your personal life. But this Nine of Swords moment that you have seems to be key. That Magician card says that you have all the things you need to make the desired changes or excel or do anything that you want. Belief is what you may need to work on. Belief in yourself. Because you're going to have the opportunity. That is going to present itself. What you do with it is going to be up to you. So let's look at this. Let's take half this deck. Give me the beginning of the month for Scorpio, please. Beginning of the month for Scorpio. You have problems to be resolved. But it did come in reverse. I'm wondering if these problems, can they be resolved? Give me another card, please. It says great personal sorrow. That came in reverse too. Are you repressing all your feelings? Something important, such as a new job, or it looks like you have two things going on. You have a new job or a pay raise. You have repressed emotions. Repressed. It looks like you're. Why are you holding this in? Why are you holding everything in, Scorpio? Mid-month, you'll be playing a different role. We kind of talked about that. You're going to be offered something. Family matters, but it's in reverse again. Interesting. Do you consider this person family? This person that you're having a problem with? Romance. Yeah, this is a romantic partner. A romantic partner that you're having problems with. A romantic partner that may be, honestly, on the immature side. Show me these warnings, please. It says, an emotionally secure and loving family is important to you. This person may be playing you a little bit when it comes to that. They know what's important to you. Are they telling you that this nest, these eggs, I don't know. I mean, I don't even want to go there because it's going to be so different for each of you that if I say the wrong thing, it looks like this person's being deceptive in some way, and they're being deceptive in that way where they know what's important to you, so they're sort of being manipulative about it. I don't know if that makes sense to you. You have here Karmic, taking a vacation physically or mentally in your blessings column. I would say so, because by the time all this great energy happens, you're sort of done with all that other stuff. I don't know what you do. Let me see something. Let's pull a couple of these cards. I didn't do this for anybody else, but here we are, right? Show me this deceptive energy, please. Feminine. Expand on this, please. So you have somebody that's spying and watching you. It could be a divine feminine, or it could be someone in there divinely feminine. Like being a divine feminine has nothing to do with genitalia. It has to do with energy, right? And we could slip into divinely feminine energy and, the next day be divinely masculine. So it really isn't about sex or what we identify as. It's more like someone spying and watching you using their intuition. What did I say? Someone knows what it is, what your hopes, your fears, what you're afraid of, what you're afraid of losing, what you're afraid of not having. It looks like they're manipulating that. Somebody's very manipulative here, Scorpio. I wish there was more I could say. Come here, let me pull one of these cards. For Scorpio, please. For Scorpio. No, too many cards. By the way, Scorpio, you're going to be getting a birthday reading. It's going to be good for 1 full year. It'll give you predictions for a year. And it'll be a pick a card for Scorpio only. Look for that at the end of the month. I believe it'll be on the 23rd. For Scorpio, please. Just give me 1 card, Spirit. 1 card for Scorpio. I'll take... That's what you chose. The Fool. Something brand new. Something brand new. You have your designs on a brand new start, with or without this person, because you want joy. You want joy back in your life. And here it is, magic. And this reminds me of the Magician card that we just talked about, right? It's the Alchemy card. You're starting out on a brand new path. I do think that you're going to have to surrender and release something. I do think that asking somebody for proof of their big change is important. I do think that it's something that's warranted from this person. Maybe this person's on the lazy side. Maybe this person is the type of person that leans on you or leans on other people. Maybe this person is the type of person that, look for assistance from spirit guides, especially as we get closer to Samhain. When we get closer to Samhain, the veil is going to thin. And if somebody that you love has passed over, or somebody that was close to you has passed over, then you are going to definitely get assistance from this person. I don't know why I keep wanting to pull cards. Let me see. And, this didn't happen with the other readings. How about this? Who's this? Give me one for Scorpio. Reinvent yourself. As a transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease on life. Same message over and over again, Scorpio. I really wish you the best. I will see you during your birthday reading. Namaste. Scorpio, I forgot to tell you a few things. Your lucky numbers are 27, 15, 11, 51, 21, 3, 9, and 6. As we know, Neptune was mentioned a lot, and so was Venus, which we know why, right? And also, we have these numbers, right? We had multiples of 3 come out. Multiples of 3 heralds the time of productivity and abundance. We also had multiples of 9, and that indicates a cycle or a chapter that's slowly coming to a close. The more 9s, the more major it is. And it's mixed with the Fool and the World. I mean, it's indicated even more so. I'm really sorry I needed to add this on. I really wish you all the best. I will see you next time.